must be thinking the same thing.
What makes you say that?
While you were with your mom, Brendan called us in. He's pulling us from the investigation.
Dr. Britt Westbourne. Her mother selected the Eternal Peace Urn, and she picked up Dr. Westbourne's ashes January 12th, 2023. Huh.
Did you accept them all?
Actually, yes. The form is incomplete. Whoever processed Dr. Westbourne's paperwork omitted the date and time of the cremation. There's no record of it actually happening.
Is that odd?
I've never seen it before. I'm sure it's just an oversight. Mistakes happen, right?
Hello neighbors, welcome back to the channel. Happy Thursday, a stormy Thursday. It's storming all over here on the east side. How is your weather today? Let's get into today's General Hospital. Okay, so today started off with Anna Devane chaotic house living situation. I gotta say though, I do enjoy the Emma and Anna and Gio dynamic. Are y'all? Because the only thing that I wish is that poor Anna had her house back. Yeah, I sure do miss Anna's old house. I am so mad at Jack and Valentine sacrificing that house. Yeah, they did that. And I do enjoy that little dog Outback. He is a joy. Gio is always eating a damn Pop-Tart, by the way. Anyway, Anna is trying to handle business on a phone call, but in the midst of that, all in the background is shenanigans. The dog is tearing up something. Gio is running around looking for something because he's late for work. Emma is also in the midst of looking for her paperwork. So then Anna was like, listen, we just all have to have a schedule for this dog. The dog needs to be walked, fed, and taken care of so that nobody knows that he's here. Because apparently, you know, where Anna is staying, don't allow pets. So, yeah, you can't have that. Yeah. In the midst of Anna laying down the law, the kids hurry up and try to get out of there. As they was leaving, Gio opened the door and bumped into Dante. Hey, Daddy. Hey, how you doing? How's life handling? Yeah, you good? Yeah. No, it was awkward as hell. Okay, he opened the door. Dante just standing there, lost, like you didn't know he was staying here. Hello. And then he comes in and he's like asked who dog it was. They told him where the dog came from and his name. And then he turns around and had this awkward moment with Gio asking him how he likes living with Anna and Emma. And of course Gio had an awkward response with, oh yeah, I love it here. I'm grateful for this. And I'm running late for work, so I'll see y'all later. Emma, you coming? Emma like, yeah, I'm right behind you. Anna standing there like, dang, this is rough. Yeah, it is. After they leave, Dante turns around and says, okay, yeah, from a scale of 1 to 10, how awkward was that? Yeah, a whole 10, Dante. Yeah, so then he sat there and they had a conversation about the whole Gio situation, but then they cut that short because he was like, well, you didn't call me here to talk about my family issues. What you called me here to get updates about the whole incident with Jocelyn Vaughn. She's like, yes. So he told her everything about going to the drop off to that airport, the fact that they booked the same room in the same hotel, that they put a tracker on the bag, and they pretty much put their heads together. It was like, okay, so if Emma is interested in this professor guy, and this professor guy was doing some tricky things over there at that school, he could probably be doing that here at this school. Emma's going to be caught up if it's the WSB following them or some other agent. So, you know, she's now thinking like a grandma and an agent. Thanks. At this point, they already put pieces to piece together, and they pretty much know that Ron is WSB. They just not sure if Jocelyn is as well, or she's walking in there blindly. Either way, Anna want to make sure that she gets to the bottom of this because she don't want her granddaughter swept up in none of this mess. Meanwhile, back on the other side, Jocelyn and Ron was having a nice little side pool update. job type of thing, situation going on at the pool. And then Carly comes see them together, and she quickly pulls Josh to the side and said, I need to see you in my office now. And yeah, see ya, been summoned by your mama. So then they go in the office. She's like, what's going on? She's like, yeah, what do you know all about Vaughn? She's like, huh? Yeah, don't act surprised. This is your mama. I mean, this is Carly. She always been this way. I don't know why you looking shocked. Come up with a good lie. Come on, hurry up. But she did. She was like, what you mean? She was like, I'm just having fun. It's nothing serious. And they start getting to talking, and Carly mentions Anna's name. So then Josh just reeled it in. She's like, oh, you let Anna get into your ear. She's just a little upset because her granddaughter got caught up with me and Vaughn. You know, Emma already knew that me and Vaughn was messing around. She just wanted to do that because she felt salty about losing the job with Professor Dalton, so that she was trying to get back at me by doing that. And then once I saw that, I just cut it short and had a stop to it. So Cardi was like, okay, but I mean, what else do you know about him? Like his background, his family. I mean, he kind of old for you. Now, Carly, you want to pay attention to all that? Like, you didn't realize that when you first saw him around her and she first said maybe he's just a friend, and you was all smiles and go ahead and get your groove back type of situation, conversation. Now you want to sit up here and like, hey, he kind of old here, and what's his background? Girl, you late. Look at that look she's giving her. That's the look you should have been giving her this whole entire time. You left her way too much free time, Carly Spencer. Okay, now your daughter is in some hot mess that even you can't get her out of. She assured her mama that it was nothing going on seriously, and if they ever get serious, she would promise to tell her second, because she got to tell Trina first. I mean, you going around just telling more lies. That's, yeah. That dog be making friends everywhere he go. Look at him. Emma sees her dog with Vaughn, and she quickly turns around and tells Gio to try to intervene, but it was too late. Vaughn came over with the dog, apologized about the situation with her and Jocelyn. She smiled it off and said that, yeah, it's no problem. Y'all belong to each other. And I'm out. Yeah, it was sweet for you to say sorry, but it was no need. Yeah, it was no need because she still had what she had. Did you not see that it was missing, Vaughn? That's what I'm talking about. The dude you suck as an agent and a janitor, apparently. She told Gio once Vaughn had left around. She told Gio that she has the key, the master keys to Professor Dalton office and possibly the lab. So she let Gio in on the secret. So I don't know when they're going to do the late night sneak into the lab and go search to see how many doors they can open. But why ain't this dude realize he don't have the keys on him anymore? Has he been to work at all? Hell, by the time Jocelyn got back down there to meet up with Vaughn, she sneaks over there. He already gets a phone call from Jack, and then he asks her what was the meeting about with her mom. She's like, yeah, Anna is still snooping around about you, and she done already got to my mama head. Now, I don't know how long I could pull this off, so we need to let Jack know. He was like, oh, that's okay, because Jack already must have been reading our minds. She was like, why? Because he called, and he pulled us from the case. Just like that, y'all got fired on y'all day off. Ooh, girl. Willow. All I know is you made my guy cry. Did y'all see the tears running down his face? I was like, oh, Lord, both of y'all standing here crying. Yeah. This conversation was a lightning and then turned dark just very quickly. She got there against Slick Rick's advisement, by the way. Okay, she gets there. She tells Michael her eyes are wide open now. Over 24 hours, of sleep. Your eyes are wide open now, Willow. Well, anyway, her eyes are wide open now. She's sorry about the mess she got her whole family in. She's sorry that she even believed Drew. All this blah 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 blah. Now that she can understand that everybody was trying to tell her, maybe her and Michael get to sit, just the two of us, and figure out how to handle our kids, my kids. Let me see my kids. All looking like she's trying to be calm, but then she's getting paranoid at the same time. So then she gets anxious, and then she just gets real psychotic, and then he getting scared, and he don't know what he looking at, because he probably having flashbacks about Nell. I mean, y'all forget about the hell that Nell drove Michael into. He watched all the highs and low of Nell, baby. He did. And he looking at you 2.0 right now. He done told her everything that Drew possibly did, with, of course, with no proof, but he do know. He told her about the Germany thing, and he sat there and asked her, so you said you came and saw me, and they said that I said I didn't want to see you. That wouldn't have been me. I was dying. I was lonely. I would have loved to see you and to see the kids or hear about the kids, blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't have turned you away. So then she was sitting there like, well, so who did it? He was like, not me, nor anybody in my family. So he's just giving her the stare, and she's like, Drew, yes, baby, yes. I mean, how many more dirt do people got to tell you? Portia done told you dirt. Curtis and Nina. I mean, maybe if she sat down and heard it, I don't know, from Maxie, maybe she'll get it. So he's also telling her that he don't want her to see the kids right now. They should wait until the court ordered, and let time between all this chaotic stuff. He was like, you showed up to my mom's house in your wedding dress last night, and then you're showing up here. You're not looking stable, and I don't trust you around the kids right now. I want you to go and sit and heal. She's not hearing that part from anybody. That's what I'm saying. So when can we pull Kevin from behind the gate so this girl can get some damn help, or send her off somewhere, because she's really cracking? When people tell people not to mention something, and then they just go off and still run off, have diarrhea of the mouth and just let it all go. Martin don't know how to keep anything to himself. I think since he came up on the scene, this man constantly let things slip out his mouth that he shouldn't. And I'm so sick of him. You too old for this. Shut up. Anywho, so we got this shenanigans. Alright, so we already know Drew got all the nice tea from Liz. Thanks, Liz. You're another person just spilling off the mouth. Nobody. To be fair, I don't know if Curtis ever told Willow not to tell nobody, but, sir, you should have made it known not to tell nobody. So then maybe, I don't know, even though Willow's not following anyone's suggestions, she probably wouldn't have listened anyway, but at least Liz probably would have listened, you know? But we here. Liz, yes, confirmed that it was Curtis who told Willow, not Nina. Sorry, you owe her apology. So he goes and runs to meet up with Martin. Martin is there at the pool. And then, oh, look at there. We got Aunt Stella there, too. Yeah, Aunt Stella and Curtis had a meeting in the office because she pulled him in talking about Kai and Trina and how she wants them to get back together. He says he should leave out of that and let them deal with it on their own. Of course, Aunt Stella is being Aunt Stella. She said, nope, if you're not going to help, I'll do it on my own. That conversation, for some odd reason, left out of the office and ended up at the pool where they were still talking. But then he spotted Drew over there in the corner with Martin. Drew over there in the corner with Martin let him know that no, it was not Nina, it was Curtis who told Willow, and I got a trick up my sleeve for that. So then the next thing you know, you saw Drew gets up from his little table, walks over there to Aunt Stella and Curtis and asks Aunt Stella if he can have a minute to talk to Curtis. I would have been like, hell no. But then she went over there to talk to Martin. So Drew's over here talking to Curtis, pulling off a fake truce, a fake one. Curtis, I don't know why you're not smart enough to figure that out, but you should have known that your cover was blown as soon as y'all laid eyes at each other. Okay, it was ding, ding, ding. I know what you did. Do he know what I did? Yes, he do know what you did. And how do you not see that he came over with a fake truce? Anyway, he came over with some gaslighting lies, talking about some, you know, I'm kind of tired of this back and forth, and I got way too many enemies that I care for, and we used to be besties, and I'm not delusional to think that we could be be that again, but I don't think we need to be going at each other's neck anymore. So how about we call it truce? Excuse me? Curtis like, yeah, we probably could have some of that. Are you willing to hand over the evidence that you got over my wife? Drew gonna tell me something, we could do that later. No, mate. Right now, I'm like, come holler at me at my office. There's a curse. Come holler at me in my office with the evidence, and we could call truce then. Only then. Sign papers and dotted lines and all. But no. Curtis goes, okay, well, I won't be the one to break the peace. Well, sir, you might be, because as soon as he said that, Drew got up and they went back over here to his table. He went to go take his seat, and Stella gets up to say goodbye to Martin, and Martin, dumb behind, just runs off the mouth. Thank you for the 1040, this and that. She gets up and walks away, says Drew, gives him a smirk. I'm like, don't make no enemies of him, please. Drew sits down, Curtis and Aunt Stella leaves. Drew goes and asks Martin what was all that about. This man told him everything. Oh yeah, I was going to be denied for my help at the hospital, and she worked miracles. And this family I love, you might having problems with Curtis, but that aunt, she's an angel. Thanks, Martin, because that aunt is now going to be on his revenge tactic. So then Martin goes, oh, well, you walk back over here with no fireworks. I thought you telling me that Curtis is the one who told you about, to Willow, that you was going to burn some stuff down. He's like, oh, no. He said, no, that's because I'm pulling the long game. Oh, now you know how to be the CI. Mikey ran over there to go see his mom, to tell her what just went down with Willow and let her know that Willow is in no shape or form able to be around her kids. She doesn't look stable. She looks like she needs help. I wish somebody would call Kevin. I mean, duh. Nobody mentioned therapy or anything like that. They just keep saying she's not stable. She's not stable. The last time y'all dealt with a person who is not stable, y'all waited too damn long to realize and get the girl help. She done damn near killed you and the baby and everything else. But now, y'all still have a second round. Oh, she's not stable. So what do that mean? That means get the girl some help. Also, by the way, TMI, the custody case, remember, yeah, so that's supposed to be the visits and stuff coming up in October. I got some questions about that, because the custody is only in Michael's favor because, y'all remember, Sidwell paid the judge to do so. I don't know why. What was his motive for it? Was he using some type of game so he could take it back later, or make it shine to grope to Sonny, be like, I did that for you? Like, I don't know what he did that for. But just keep in mind that Sidwell is paying the judge to keep those kids in Michael's custody. So if Sidwell and Sonny, after that freaking Marco Polo incident, is now enemies, like Sidwell's out for blood now, and he could just pay the judge to take those kids all the way back over from Michael and to Willow. Or better, take the kids from both of them. Willow makes it back to Elizabeth's house after telling her that she was going for a walk. So Elizabeth, you see that look, right? Elizabeth like, well, how was your walk? She was like, yeah, I didn't go for a walk. I went to go see Michael. And that's the look. Yeah. No, listen. I know. It's like now, all over again, right? So she's like, well, how did that go? She's like, nah, as you expected. She's like, after everything, after I told him I'm done with Drew, I left everything done alone, he still won't let me see my kids. He's telling me about I need to go heal. So Liz told me something, oh, I know that was rough to hear. It may be rough to hear, but it's something she needs to hear. And I wish you say a little bit more as yourself. Like, Liz, talk up. You know damn well that she shouldn't be around them kids, and she needs some help. You see how fragile she is. How come everybody's sugarcoating this shit to her, huh? Listen, my guy don't play around. When Jason said he got a project and he gonna get to the bottom of something, he gets that ish done, okay? Jason had a busy day also because he was on the train to find out some stuff about Britt, okay? And he did find out some stuff. First stop on his train, though, led him to Liz's house. He wanted to ask her for a favor to look in some records that she had on her laptop for the morgue records back in from 2020 to 2024. However, he did bump into Drufus over there, and then Drew automatically think, oh, if you hear about Willow, blah, 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 is no need. Jason looking at him like, I'm not here about that. I'm here to see Elizabeth, not you. I didn't know. You need me to wait outside until y'all done. Liz like, no, well, there's no need for that. Drew was just leaving. You could come in. Drew gave him a stare. He went to said something about him. Oh, you need to talk to Michael and let Willow, convince Michael to let Willow see the kids. Jason's like, listen, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You the one who tore their family apart and left Willow alone to pick up the pieces. That is on you. Ouch. So then Drew gave him a stare and then walk off. Yes, you go clean that mess up. Not Jason. He ain't got nothing to do with that. He hear about Britt business, and he went to Liz and asked her for that favor. She gave it to him. She was like, I guess this means I still trust you. Of course you trust him. He did make it clear. I promise it's not going to come back to bite you. It has nothing to do with Sonny or none of that business. It has something to do with me. It's personal. Please. Boom! That's all he had to do and bat his little pretty blue eyes. So she goes and give him the information. She's like, I got laundry to do. He snoops it out. He gets the information he needs, and then now he's here. He's here at the lady scene about the cremation that, apparently Britt was supposed to have, but it turns out she didn't have because they don't have that written down. The lady is like, yes, she was cremated on January the 12th, and he's like, what? She's like, well, all her paperwork is not signed off or completed. Oh, it's probably just an error. Everybody makes mistakes. But, he was like, is that normal? She's like, I mean, it could be. I mean, everybody makes mistakes. But I'm sure it happened. Fairly, it did not have the cremation date or time. So, therefore, it wasn't marked that it happened. So, Dr. O picked up either somebody else's ashes on that day, or she knew it wasn't nothing near. She never picked up something. I'm still trying to figure that part out. Do Dr. O really know what's going on with Britt, or do she not? Because if she do, I can kind of breathe. At least it's a mama and daughter thing. I can understand. But if she don't, baby, to do that to that lady at that time when she already lost Nathan, and then you fake your death to your mama. Ooh, my Britta is a beautiful mess. Well, I sure hope you still feel like this when you find out.